Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Happy New Year as well. This is the first video that I am recording of the new year. It might not be the first one that goes out, but it is the first one I am recording, so Happy New Year. Hopefully we all have a safe and prosperous 2023. Yeah, Happy New Year. Also, this is the first video I'm recording in the new office. So things are still a little bit echoey. Might have to put some soundproof stuff up. You know, the insulation stuff that you always see streamers have. Might have to put some of that up. Otherwise, yeah, everything's set up. Everything's good to go. I may at some point post on socials a photo of my new setup, but I do like to try and keep this stuff somewhat private, just because, mainly because I don't want people to criticize me and go, oh, you've done that wrong. But, you know, it is what it is. Welcome back then to Transport Fever 2. It has been a while since I last played the game. You'll have to forgive me if I forget who I am and what I do and all that good stuff. I'm just looking to see if there's anything I can do immediately to get things off the ground. I think one thing I would like to do is to possibly extend this station, but I don't really know how to go about doing that, just to get some longer trains running. The main crux of today's episode is going to be splitting freight and passenger operations for pretty much the entirety of this route. But to do that, we need more route to actually split. So I'm going to head back here to Walsall, which I rebuilt in terms of videos quite recently, but in terms of me, I rebuilt it like 2 or 3 months ago now. So you'll have to forgive me again as I kind of get used to everything that's changed and different across the network here. Let's unpause the game as well whilst I think things through. So the plan I have for this railway is going to leave Walsall and it's going to follow this double track here. Oh, one other thing. There it is. I'm coming off the back of a cold or a flu or something. I don't know quite what, but it completely took out my voice. So I feel fine for the most part. I've still got a bit of a cough, so apologies if I do pause the mic. Mute the mic, sorry, or if I don't get to mute the mic in time, I apologize in advance. Trust me, it's not ideal for me as well as you. So my voice does sound a bit weird as well, but for the most part, I feel fine. It's just can't shake the last bit of it, really, which is a little bit annoying. And there was something else I was going to mention to do with that, but I can't really remember, so I guess it wasn't important. But yeah, I'll be clearing my throat a lot and stuff as well. I do apologize. It's, like I said, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. So, what was I saying? We're going to leave Walsall. We're going to run double track here. Once we get to this point here, which are actually going to be 6 tracks running alongside because the freight line's going to hook up as well, we're then going to swerve around this way. And we're going to cross over this road, possibly via a bridge, maybe a tunnel actually, because we are going uphill away from the river at this point, so it would maybe make more sense to have a tunnel. And then we're going to pass by Harwich. There'll be a station possibly over here somewhere that will connect into Harwich, and that will reduce some of the bus services that we need. It'll probably for now connect Farringdon to Harwich via this railway station. From Harwich, we're then going to continue this way. We're going to follow this road here, and we're going to end up at Needham Market. Now at Needham Market, the line is possibly going to split again. One branch is going to come down to St Neots and eventually Castleford. The other one is going to head to Hessel, and then it's going to make a massive turn here, and then it's going to follow this road up to Frome, up to Spalding, and possibly actually terminate at Spalding for now. Whether or not it extends in the future, I don't know. That's the plan for this part of the network, and that is probably what I'm actually going to build today. So first things first, as the loud trains arrive and depart from Walsall here, let's start rebuilding this little section here. It's not going to be too difficult. It's actually going to be quite simple. It's just going to be a case of removing this stuff here, removing that one, possibly keeping that one. What I want to do is grab this and I want to bring it around like so. Basically like that. Then I want to grab this one and I want to do the same. Now obviously this gantry here is going to be replaced with a bigger one. Let's bring this... Actually, yeah, I did say it was going to follow it the whole way, didn't I? So let's bring it out and around like that. I was tempted to have it split off part way, and I might end up doing that when the freight lines come in, just to allow the junctions to be built. But right now, I think it will make more sense to do it like this. Okay. I'm really worried about the audio of this video already, and you know, I've only been going for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes 40 according to my timer there. Right, now this signal here is obviously going to get moved slightly, which isn't really going to work in the context of this tunnel, but we'll find a way. That's not the right one. Do this and gantry. We want this one, and it spans 4 tracks, and it looks something like... How close can I get it? To be honest, I could get it right over here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to put the signals in, which are these ones. Oops, not quite right. One sec. Let's try that again. There we go. That's a perfect fit. If I could do the same thing with this one, which I almost can, that's also a perfect fit. Alright, we're going to make these one way, of course. There we are. So that's now hooked up and working again. We've got these as double slips, although actually I'm not going to have that one as a double slip because I'm going to keep with the original plan, which is to have it branch off like so and connect up like this. Just because I think, you know, the line speeds will be higher. Most of the trains that come through here anyway will be heading this direction, and we could possibly do something similar. If I could have got a track through there like that, we could have double slipped this one, but I don't think, sadly, that's going to be possible. But I love how this looks. And look at that as well. You can see the gradient starting there as it starts to head down towards the river. I've actually got a fair number of passengers on board there too, which is cool. Yeah, trains are running. Everything's good. We're making real money right now as well, which is awesome. Right, let's not get distracted. So, Harwich railway station. I'm going to build a road that branches off here. We're going to branch off at a slightly better angle. There we go. And this is going to be like another bypass, basically. It's going to hook up to this. And will probably get used by nothing right now. Although I could be wrong. Is there anything over here? I don't think there is. But that's fine. Eventually it will probably get used by other things. But right now it doesn't matter. We are going to use the GWR through station, and we are going to keep it for now as a 2-track passenger station only, because like I said, the freight is going to be separate. We want it somewhat close to here without it being... Whoops, good thing I was holding shift then, I nearly built it. There's pretty good, I would say. And that gives us an idea as to where the tracks are going to come in from, so we can actually go straight down and then around. Where did we get to? There, it's there. So here we can branch off and go around, tunnel under here, and then emerge, and we're basically in line with that station. That's not quite right for this part, but we are... Yeah, we're going to bridge over this or tunnel under this and then head down this way. And at Needham Market, I think this road here is actually going to be a good spot for a station. It's actually the industrial side of town, which is rather unfortunate, because this would make a really good location for a railway station. There we go. We'll make it 5 platform. We've got a large building because we could extend this in future. We could add a 6th platform here, for example. I love the fact we've got the footbridge going over as well. And then, yeah, here it will split. So one line will head down to St. Neots and Castleford. The other one will go from here to Hessel, which, again, this has a central bus station, doesn't it? But it's quite a ways away from everything. Also, the traffic here is awful. So getting people out of cars and onto the train is a pretty good thing to do here. I'm just thinking how we can go about building a railway station here that won't disturb everything. And to be honest, this industry right now isn't actually being connected, so at least I don't think it is. No. Well, if it was, it isn't now. Let's put it that way. So I think, because we're coming from over here, but we're probably going to turn this way anyway and then turn back. So I think this station is probably going to sit... I mean, I would love to have it like this. And it's a shame curved platforms aren't in the game, because that there would be perfect, but alas, not today. So maybe if I did something like that, and then you'd connect like this. This here would actually work quite well. Like so. And if I did it to there. From here, we could come out and come around like this. We would probably have to cross the road here, but then we can still follow the road up to Frome. We could just make Hessel the terminus for now though, because we've got Walsall, Harwich, Needham Market, Hessel. That's a pretty good line to get started. That's not bad. And then from Needham, we're heading down to St. Neots, which does have a bus stop, but only one, and then Castleford. So let's get these in as well. Now these stations we can actually make a little bit smaller, because I think we're only really going to have small trains running down here. So something like that. This road here is going to have to be redone. We might make that a bridge actually going over the railway if we can, because that would be pretty neat. And then down to Castleford, which I said is going to be the terminus. So that makes life a little easier. Use one of these bad boys. Now, how do we want this? Where do we want this is another good question. So we're coming in on the right hand side. So over here would be ideal. If I could do it by just taking out one house, which I can do if I stick it there. That is pretty neat if you ask me. Maybe putting it on the junction there would have worked better, but never mind. Okay. So all stations complete. Now we just got to connect them up. And I'm looking at this this line here. This grain line. And this food line. And it is awful. It's actually very bad. So I'm tempted, whilst we're here, to quickly fix this. If I just do this, like so, and then do something like this, and I'm hoping, why did that road not get built? I'm hoping, yeah, that connects. Nice. Now it's going to lose all of its cargo on board, which is a bit annoying, but never mind. Come on. There we are. Right, so all those grain trucks now are going to come around to here, which does serve that still, which is fantastic. You don't have much stored, sadly, but yeah. These are all food. Actually, some of them are fuel. Where's the fuel coming from? Oh, over here. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, that is fuel. That could probably get trained in the future. Alrighty, I'm wasting time now, so yeah, let's get on with this build. And then we can move on to something else. So, parallel tracks, yes please. We're going to bend you around like this. Which sounds painful, but I promise you it's fine. And we're going to keep bending you around like this. You can see it's starting to climb. But we don't want it to climb too rapidly. In fact, that's an even gradient, which is pretty good. We do want it just to drop down ever so slightly. So that by the time it reaches here, it's ready to go into a tunnel. There we go. And yeah, keep it level. We've got to bring it up over there. Now the problem we have here, of course, is the land is actually sloping up as well. So we're going to have to be very smart with this. Because I know we've got loads of money, we've got money to burn, but you think about it, we're in 1883 right now. And some companies were richer than others, but that doesn't mean they could build these vast railways, these ridiculous vanity projects. Although again, some people did do that. So it's not beyond the realms of realism. But there we go. We've connected up to Harwich. Now leaving Harwich, I want to get as close to this mineral line here as possible without touching it, really, he says. But we both know that we are actually crossing it at some point. Let's do 2-track like so. We're actually continuing to climb as we leave Harwich, which is interesting. Here we are, and then... So yeah, we want to come this way. Now, I think the mineral line is the one that actually needs to go up and over us. But in doing so, we do in fact risk some of the work that we've done here. So I think for now, I'm actually going to build it like this, and that's the wrong type of tunnel. Interesting how this works sometimes. I can feel a cough coming on, but I'm going to try really hard not to, because that's the right thing to do. Right, there we go. And then this side, we're back to climbing again. I'm going to go back to embankments, which are, or cuttings in this case I should say, which are fine. We should hopefully get up to the right level in time for the station, but it's quite hard to tell. Especially with this road here. So let's do this first. Turn that off for a second, just to build this tunnel through here. Second track. Right, so this road here is a problem. So we're going to pause the game for a second. We don't actually have anything connected up here yet, but the fact is we will do at some point by the looks of things. So I just want to make sure that we can in fact get around this. And you're going to connect up to there. So we're going to turn parallel tracks off for a second. This one is going to connect up to there, like so. Now the main line is going to be the one that continues off towards Hessel. The branch line is the one that's going to come down here to St. Neots. But the way this is working right now is like this. Oh, actually, no, we could in fact do a connecting turn. I am talking nonsense. We can in fact do that. Which is a little on the slow side, that final corner, but you know, in the grand scheme of things it works. So let's build something like this. There you go, and we'll do, I don't know, that. It's a bit too high, that bridge, actually. Maybe I can do a better job. I don't think it needs to be that high. Let's do it like this, and if I do shift, there you go. Much better. Actually, I think that is the same height, it just doesn't look it. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. So this line here is going to scooch across. Actually, no it's not. It's going to be like this. And it's going to come across to here with this one coming out of it somehow. There we go. And then this one is going to come in like this. And it's just going to cross over afterwards down here somewhere. So we could, in theory, terminate trains here at Needham Market as well from Harwich. And we do normally do like a 3-station rule. But I think, actually, that is tempting. Because then we can go... But then it would just be a shuttle between Needham Market and Hessel, which again isn't the worst thing. So maybe we will stick with that as a rule of thumb. Who knows? I can probably unpause the game again right now. Get things moving. So yeah, trains can access all platforms now, which is fine. Now from here, it's actually going to be... Already I'm looking at this like, have I done this right? And I think, yeah, it should be fine. This here is going to come around like this. Now we're heading towards Hessel, which is actually over the road. So if I can come around like that... How does that look? Absolutely terrible. They built this road in a way that's quite bad for me. So maybe if I come across the road over here, that'll probably work better. Like this. And then on this side of things, this one here is going to scooch across like that. This one is going to come... Actually, no, because these two are actually going to curve away over the road down here. Because we're heading to Frome. That's St. Neots, sorry, which is this way. So yeah, this is almost like this. This one's going to come around like this as well, but it is also technically going to be an option here. So we're going to do this, and then this is going to curve across like so, and then obviously this one here, it's going to be a double slip. There we go. And then yeah, you're heading towards Hessel, you're heading towards St. Neots, although I didn't look at the size of this hill, so I'm going to redo this a little bit. So we actually come around. We could have gone that side of the hill, but that's quite a drop. Where's St. Neots? St. Neots is that way. Let's do the St. Neots to Castleford branch first, and we can come back and do the Hessel bit. Let's keep coming this way. And then here is where we're going to curve around like this. Again, there's a bit of a hill there that we can't really see. I could turn the contour lines on, but that's just too easy. So we're actually going to be in a rare instance here where we're kind of running along the road, but in the wrong direction for a little bit. Or we just have a magnificent viaduct like that, but then we're way too high. So yeah, all of this back on the scrap heap, back to the drawing board. I think we are actually going to go back to the plan that I mentioned before, once autosave has finished doing its thing. Let's have a quick drink as well, try and get rid of this tickle in my throat. What if that wasn't a loud slosh? I don't know what is. I am looking forward to getting rid of Walsall parts, to be honest, because they are Not only are they slow, you need so many of them to actually saturate a line that it just becomes unfeasible. The game runs at like 1 FPS and it's incredibly annoying. No, I actually think this is the way. Here. We might need a tight curve on this section as we come around like this. Now you can see we're starting to follow the contours of the land a little bit better. So by the time we reach the road, we're actually running at a similar height to where we need to be and not bridging over it with a ridiculous viaduct, which is much better. I'm so nearly bursting it out coughing. I'm so glad I've got a little bit of self-control. Man, oh man. We suffer for our craft, don't we? Let's move this bit again. So, I'm going to keep coming this way. Like that. There we are. Now we can cross this road. And then from here, we should be able to just run straight in. Yeah, to St. Neots. Better. Now, I don't know if this is the St. Neots in Cornwall or the St. Neots in, I want to say Cambridgeshire, but it might actually be Norfolk. That's St. Neots. If you know the one I'm talking about, you know the one I'm talking about. Alright, pause. Remove road. Build railway. And then come back here. Replace road. Oh. Redo road again because we now have to build on new alignment. Come on, make a bridge. Wow, no, that's not right at all. I suppose we've got a bit more space to work with now, so we can remove this one too. If we do something like this, and then lift, 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 lift. There we go. A little bit better. And then just do that a little bit at the end. This depot can actually move. Let's just redo this bit as well. Like that, and yeah, get rid of this. We could probably move it now over here somewhere. It should still work with everything. Nice. Okay. We are back on track, if you pardon the pun. The awful, awful pun. Now, the land here is actually quite hard to follow. So, grab this and this way. We've got ourselves a bit of a gradient coming on. It's a ridiculous gradient, and we've got to cross through here and then down to Castleford, so we might end up with some tunnelling going on here, which I would prefer to avoid. There we go. That's one way of climbing up a hill. Now we should be able to cross. Whee! Not like that. Do it like this. Now we should be able to cross this road. I think it's because of the gradient near the side of the road here. That's why this is lifting up quite excuse me, quite severely now. Again, we suffer for our craft. Let's pop this back in. Wrong side. There we go. Perfect, but it's better. Do it like that. this. Let's do parallel. That's fine. And then down and round. Yeah. Alrighty. There we go. That's Castleford hooked up. Obviously these will all get their own bus lines and stuff as well. That will come in the future. One other thing here, of course, is this line here to cross over like that. And this line here to cross over like that. The signal, approach signal, will be on this side of the road, I think. And eventually, whoops, pressing all the wrong buttons. Eventually this road here will be a bridge or something over the railway, so it's all fine. Right, Hessel is straight ahead. So we could just go in a straight line, but again, I kind of want to give the illusion that this line was built at a time where avoiding hills was a thing. So let's do this. And to be honest, how long have I been going for? 31 minutes. So to be honest, I am tempted to actually continue this round and go to Frome. Or Frome. Is it Frome? Frome. 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 I don't know. But the question is, from Frome, where would our next stop be? I'm tempted to say Spalding, but then this does become a very windy track. But Spalding would be a good place to build a terminus. So actually, yes, we are going to do that. Wrong station type, that's why I couldn't see the building. So I think Frome Station might end up being out of town a little bit. Or it could end up, I don't think here would work. So we could build it here. And it should just about fit. If I was to build this street in. And if I'm very careful here with my placement, it should just fit. Like this. And then hopefully it would be something like this. And again, it's a bit of a climb out of town here, but it works. And that's the main thing, right? I'm going to say sure. Okay. And then if we come around like so. And then, yeah, here's where we can connect up with this road. Oh, I didn't want the tunnel. So actually, let's take it back a little bit again. So yeah, as I was saying, from here, it's the perfect place. Like that, and then around like this. And from there, we should be able to get to there. Like so. Sure. Right. Let's build in reverse now. So from here. Around like this. Then we're going to cross over this road. Might try and do it a little bit closer. Like that, I guess. Should be fine. I haven't really factored in journey times for this line, to be honest. But it is what it is, I suppose. Now that there is, it's a little tight, but it works. So again, we can call that done. Sure. bit kinked in the middle, but that's fine. Right, and then from Frome, we're going to head up to Spalding, and the terminus for this one is in a perfect spot. It's going to be smack bang, whoops, not there at all. Good thing when you accidentally misclick. It's going to be here. Just like that. And then from here, actually let's come out of Frome and do it this way. So imagine there's a road there. We're going to swing around like this, and around like this, and then up this way. And then connect in like that. There you go. So if I now bring this one in like this, do it a little bit further over, and then I can use this gap here for this side. And then over this side, I can do this. There we go. Done. Oh, one more thing. This one. I should probably check all the level crossings before I start signalling, because knowing my luck, it will mess up. I like this one. If they could all look like this, that would be great. Alas, not to be. Now, what is the hold up here? Is it because... So let's have a look at this. If I was to connect you up over there. And if I was to connect this one up here. Is that going to create... No. Oh, because you're heading through town that way. So you actually need to bypass in the opposite direction. And where are you going? You're heading down here. Okay. So yeah, that doesn't speed... It speeds up the exit, I suppose. But it hasn't actually done anything that I wanted it to do. Which is a bit annoying. I'm going to build a bus stop. I could fit one in there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Connected to the railway. Here we are. And I'm going to take this line here, which is Hessel Bus. And after Queensway, which is your 4th stop, you're going to head up to here. Lovely. That's how passengers are going to get to Hessel that way. Over at Needham Market, we're going to do something similar, except we're just going to do a normal bus stop. And because of the way the street layouts are here, we're probably going to actually stick it there. It will work, it's just not as good. There you go, George Street. Walsall's already connected. Howich, yeah, this one definitely needs connecting. So Howich Bus. It could be Howich Bus actually that does this one, but to get to Chester Road after would be a bit of a faff. So I am, in fact, going to make it the Farringdon Howich Bus that's going to stop at a bus stop, which I think if I place it here, does connect to the station. So we'll have to keep an eye on that to make sure that remains the case. But yeah, Farringdon Howich Bus. It's going to go a bit like this. There we go. Cool. Walsall's connected, as I said, so now we can do some signalling. So if I... Where's the first signal on the outline? Is it that one? No, it's not. So that's actually a good question. Do we have them? No, we don't. That might explain something. Probably not. One way, yes. Auto sig, yes. obviously this one we can remove. Yeah, that might actually explain quite a lot with these tunnels here, why they haven't got any signals inside. Let's put one. You technically need to go that side of that one. There you go. Auto sig, yes. We're going to come over here, and again, you need to be that side. That signals you all the way up now to Howich. Nice. And then from Howich, we do this. And then head that back down to Walsall and just check over here that it's placed everything correctly. And it looks like it has, which is nice. Okay, roughly 300 meters from Howich is actually the exit here of the station, which works out quite well. And then we get to... Actually, yeah, that's wrong. So we're going to move you to here, which kind of goes well. Because now... auto sig, yes. If I pop the first one of these sort of there... Actually, I've done that wrong as well. Let's pretend I didn't do that. Scrap that. Wash that from your memory. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Right. So I actually need to do this the other way, which is this way. So if I was to place this one like here, remove that. That's dumb. That's really dumb. So I have to go there and then remove that. Okay, a bit smarter now. Got my brain juice back. Right. Take this one out without deleting anything else by mistake. Auto sig, no thank you. Pop you down this side of the level crossing because we don't want it to block. Hello game, thank you. Every time it freezes, my heart freezes. Horrible feeling. I've had games crash on me before where I've lost hours of work. So I'm glad autosave is a thing. And obviously I save after every recording. Try and minimize the disruption. But at the same time, it's very irritating. Alright, so you're going to go there. We are then going to remove that one. Again, that's pretty good placement. If I was to do that now, that should be just before, yeah, look at that, just before the level crossing. And then come over here, remove this one, replace you with that. It literally does nothing, but it looks cool, and I like things that look cool. So out of Hessel, it's going to be bam on the end of the platform. Now I know stations do act as signals, but I like having my own ones as well, just because that's worked out quite well. Don't mind that. So here, were I to do something similar, like this, it should hopefully place it just on the right side. It's a little bit further away than I was hoping for actually, but it'll do. Main thing is a train should be able to stop that side of the level crossing at least. And then finally for this section, we're going to pop one there to remove it. There you go. And then we're going to pop one here and not remove it. Like so, and then usual trick again, going to do that, and we're going to do that. Cool, for that bit. And then finally, the final bit of signaling we're doing today at least, is going to come out from here. Remove that one please, thank you. This one I almost feel like I can actually get another signal in. Let's do that. And we have got a signal quite close to the road there and also here. So I'm going to move these. Which actually, let's do a remove from there. And then a yes from there. I knew it wasn't going to work. Let's do another one then from there. Or did it work? Maybe it did work. Let's try again. I will get this right. On there, please. Okay, 300 meters roughly from there is going to be, I think, about here. That looks better. And now we have a signal into the station as well, which is good. And then from Castleford, where I have built crossovers, I couldn't see them for a second. We're going to go one there and then immediately remove it. Did not mean to zoom in then. Cool, 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 cool. And then, yeah, here we're going to go back to about there. And that's purely for that level crossing there, which is now in the perfect spot. And actually that signal's in a pretty good spot as well. So that was a nice, happy little accident. And we can stick that one in. Alrighty. So Castleford, let's get a bus line around Castleford. This one is actually going to be pretty easy, I imagine. It's going to be one there, one here, one there, and then one let's do this, one there. That should be somewhat okay. Let's put the depot here. Let's get some lines up. There we go. You are Castleford bus, which I believe is just red. There. Might as well get some vehicles running on this as well. Vehicle panel always takes an age. Passenger, do we want the steam? They're actually cheaper to run than a stagecoach. So yes. There we are. St. Neots actually has a bus, but it's not a good bus, so we're going to get a better bus. And I'm almost tempted to build a bus station up here. I was tempted to say, if I build it as close to this road as possible, I might have been able to get a connection out this side, but I think instead I'm going to build it this way. And we're going to make it pretty big from the get-go. Like that. I've done it again, pressing all the wrong buttons. Reason being, so Hessel to St. Neots, you're now going to run, instead of into Windsor Road, you're going to run into here. Which is Lower St. Neots. That will get renamed. We'll do 3 and 4. And you, instead of Windsor Road, you're going to run into here, and we'll do 1 and 2. Like so. We're going to rename you St. Neots Bus Station. we are. So that's going to start kicking into gear now. And then if we remove this bus stop, this town is a pretty weird shape. And I've actually installed the mod for, I think it's called Less Perfect Streets or something like that, where towns will actually build curved roads as well as straight ones to try and sort of jazz up how these towns are looking a little bit. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in action. I think a bus stop here and one over here for now should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. You have there's one there, so that should be fine. I keep saying everything's fine. I mean, everything is fine, don't get me wrong, but, you know. There's a new Windsor Road. It's funny how that works, isn't it? So when I first started playing Train Fever, I thought it was really cool that they named the stops after the streets and things like that. So imagine my disappointment when it turned out that is not the case at all. Same with Cities in Motion, actually. It's not, they're not unique streets. There are like 3 or 4 streets in a map with the same name, and it's incredibly disappointing when you first realise that. Buy vehicles, that one, do, and simply needs bus. So that's these 2 branches now connected up. Needham Market is working as well. That's good. So the next one is going to be Hessel, which actually is also working. So then we've got Frome, or Froome, however you say it, which again is going to be quite a simple thing. It's literally going to be bus stop outside. And to be honest, right now, just a bus stop there, really. That's all we need. Eventually it will expand, of course, but right now, that is all we need. There we go. From bus, make it the right colour, which is of course red. From bus. Right, and then finally Spalding, which we actually cover the whole town right now, so I don't need to really worry about that one too much. So now let's get on to the trains. So the first one is going to be Walsall via Harwich to Needham Market. So at Walsall Central, we're going to come in. I mean, that's kind of right, actually. If one is backup, we could probably swap these around, to be fair. Blue 2 and 3 is a backup there. Lower Harwich. Oh, I don't like that one. Why does it do that? Is that from platform 3? No, that's from platform 2. Let me just check this. Why does it do that? Why does it not just cut across that way? I have no idea why it thinks that is a faster route. That's a double slip. Huh. I mean, one way to fix this, I suppose, could be to build a track like that. And smack a double slip there as well. Which means that one doesn't have to be one. Does that change it? Nope. Still wants to go off in its weird direction. Oh, actually here. Yeah, I've just discovered something. There is no way to cross tracks. So that is actually not a very valid point. So from here, if I was to do something more like that, That would have worked better. Let's just leave it as it was for now. Or actually no, let's add that second one, but we'll add this one in back how it was. We'll obviously have that as a double slip. Gonna cause some signalling issues I imagine over here, but what can you do? Over here then at Needham Market. So you're technically coming in on so platform 5 at the moment, but I think I might do 3 with 4 and possibly 5, just cause. And you are, I think it's that colour. No wait, it's green passengers. There we go. And I've got to remember how I've named these lines now. That's another thing. I think it's just pass, isn't it? Yeah. So you are Walsall to Needham Market Pass Rail. There we are. First one done. I have no idea where there's... I think there should be a depot near Walsall somewhere, but I have no idea where. That's something to work out. Maybe this area here could become a depot. Not Savai Candy. Excuse me, it will look glorious. Alright, another new line. Start here. Head up through Hessel to Frome to Spalding to Frome to Hessel. It's quite a long line, this one, actually. Yeah. You're also going to start 3 and 5 as backup. At Spalding, you can have all 3 platforms, because why not? And you are Needham Market to Spalding passenger. And then finally, I'm just looking at the time, coming up to an hour, so this is going to be the last thing I do. The trains will have to wait till next time. There we go. Now you come in on 1, which is fine. We'll have 2 as your back, and then there 2 with 1 as your back. And you are Needham Market to Castleford passenger to rail. Okie dokie. Alrighty, folks. So, like I said, trains are going to come out next time. We're going to look at rolling stock and things like that. I'm trying to remember if we've actually got more modern rolling stock now. I don't think we do, sadly. So I'm just looking at this. I think this can actually move over here. So 1 second. Let's get that done as well. Now, platform to right if we do 1. And we stick you right there for now. As for this street here, if we extend it out still to there we are. Needham Market to Harwich Bus, which to be honest we probably don't need now, but we're just going to do it anyway. You're now going to go like that. As for this, so you're not going to stop at George Street anymore. You're going to stop here, which is fine. You, whoops, wrong one. You over here. You're going to stop at 2 with 1 as your back. And then what's going to happen to this? So Needham Market Bus still technically calls here. So what do? You come out of there and you go into there. That's... Yeah, I'm going to reroute this as well, actually. So let's do that. Manage line. There. Cool. And then you are Needham Market Bus Station. Excuse my Dutch spelling of station there. Station. There we go. Right. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, there's the like button down below, which is specifically for that. If you'd like to drop a subscribe as well, that would be awesome. Everything about the channel last year was very, very good, and I'm very, very happy. So if we can keep that momentum going into this year, that'll be very, very good as well. And I'm very, very grateful to everyone who's helped support the channel over the last 12 months as well. If you've got any ideas for future videos, be sure to drop them in the comment section down below. I've had some good tips from people as well about bridge building and stuff, some of which I'm not 100% sure I understand, but those bits of it that I have understood, I've tried to implement as best I can. But yeah, we'll see whether or not that is in fact the case. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much again for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.